Hey guys, this is Logan and Taylor at Vaporleaf. We're doing another juice review today, a little bit different though, no Austin today. We've got the Deuces Wild from Wildcard. That's going to be an orange cream flavor. We're going to be trying it in 4 milligrams of nicotine. We've got the 15 ml size, the 30 ml size, and the 120 ml size, which is the one that we're going to be vaping on today. You can get the 15s for $10, the 30s for $20, or the 120s for $50. So you save a good $30 if you end up going with that 120 ml. First thing we're going to be trying it on is the Kanger Sub Tank. This is the original version with just the single airflow hole, and there's just kind of a little custom glass thing on there. It might affect the flavor a little bit, but for the better anyway. So we're just doing the kind of run-of-the-mill 0.5 ohm. At 35 watts, pretty standard settings. So let's see how this does. Really nice warm mellow flavor. True of most custards, really, especially when they're at 80-20, so a lot higher on the VG there. It's got a kind of a zestiness to it. It's almost like an orange Tic Tac, actually. It kind of lower power levels, but with that nice vanilla cream mixed in there.
I definitely do get a lot more of the orange zest or the orange peel rather than just like the straight orange flavor. I don't know, through this sub tank I get a lot more of the orangey flavor than the cream flavor, I think. It is a very, very smooth vapor, though. Like, I normally vape a 3 or a 4 nicotine level, and this feels like a 0 to me.
Yeah,
hardly any throat hit for me.
I do much lower nicotine levels as well, and 4 usually is really not even viable for me, but this is actually pretty comfortable. I think being an 80-20, it really smooths it out a lot, and I don't really get any orange bite at all. It's just a nice, mellow, smooth orange cream that even at 4 milligram nicotine, so even if you usually use 3, this is probably even going to feel lighter than what you usually do. Alright, now we're going to try it on the Big Buddha. Let's see, we've got this thing, this monster. Some big ol' fused Claptons on there. They read about 0.3 ohms. We're at 150 watts. That's on a 30 millimeter RDA. It's about 7 volts. That flavor really comes alive with the higher power level. You just get so much more of that orange. It's really more of the orange fruit flavor as opposed to kind of an orange zestiness. The cream really turns into like a vanilla ice cream for me too. It's really delicious at higher power like this. Let's get a little more juice on the RDA here. I would say 120 mils is probably not my favorite size for one-handed dripping. But you look cool, I guess. Yeah, I think that's the sweet spot for me at about 150 watts.
The 80-20 definitely makes it a really thick vapor. I like the higher VG liquids myself. It just seems to make it a lot more smooth of a hit. With the RDA and the RX200 making it a 150 watts, it does give it a lot more flavor. I'd say with this higher power, it's definitely a lot more reminiscent of an orange push pop.
Yeah, I really get a lot more of that kind of orange juice flavor, like Sunny D or Tang. It really turns into a dreamsicle flavor, really. I mean, it tastes just like an orange dreamsicle, a popsicle. Excellent, I absolutely love that. So, let's try closing off the airflow a little bit, turning the power down a little. We'll go down to, let's say we were at 150, let's try 120. No, let's try 100. Let's go down to 100. A little bit more of a reasonable power level, I think. Alright, so I've got the airflow cut off a little bit more than halfway on this thing. Of course, it does have tons of airflow on it already, so this is probably going to be equal to like a mutation or something if you're using something like that at about 100 watts with those big old coils. Oh, I can feel that 4 now. I think I'm getting a lot more of that citrus bite. It's really less of a dessert flavor, I think, at that power level. At least off of these coils.
I thoroughly agree with you. I'm definitely getting a lot more of the tangy flavor off of the 100 watts and the half airflow cut off on this thing.
Yeah, a lot more tanginess, a lot less cream. Again, this is a 30mm RDA with huge coils, so you'd probably have a much different experience if you're using a 22mm with smaller or larger coils in there, but these coils wouldn't even fit in a 22mm.
The creaminess with the orange definitely mellows out the orange, though. So people that don't like orange or lemon or lime, those kind of citrusy flavors, this would definitely be a good middle ground for them because it isn't so, what's the word, zesty?
I absolutely agree. I always love fruit cream flavors.
Flavor, that's a good word.
I always love fruit cream flavors, though I usually stay away from orange for whatever reason. Sometimes, though, flavor like this comes along and kind of changes my mind. I really don't ever vape this flavor, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I have 120 mils of it. Should last me a couple days at least. So now I'm going to try opening up the airflow all the way. So tons and tons and tons of airflow coming through now. Usually kills the flavor, so I'm also going to turn it up a little ways. Not too high though, because I don't want to die anytime soon. Ooh, still a hell of a hot vape though. That's very warm, but very tasty actually. It's still nice and creamy, and the orange really turns into more of a candy. It actually reminds me of those chocolate oranges, just without the chocolate.
Definitely a lot hotter.
A little more powerful.
It seems like every time you bump up the power, this juice, like, it just brings out more and more notes of the flavor.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think lower power out of the sub-tank, it's a little bit more monotonal for me. The higher it goes, to a certain extent, of course, the more of the flavor that I get. Not necessarily the more intense flavor, but just the more, sorry, let's get some of this vapor out of here. We're fogging it up in here. Not necessarily that the flavors get more intense, but you get more of the notes in there. It's kind of a more diverse mixture, it tastes like. But I think 150 watts with the airflow just a little closed off on these big old coils is, as I said, just really my sweet spot. It's just really nice there. I get a really nice creaminess, and again, it just tastes exactly like an orange dreamsicle. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I think I'd personally have to prefer it out of the sub-tank myself, just because it does have so many notes. I'm the kind of person that, like, once I get too many flavors mashed in, I just start not tasting them very well. And with this one, I just like how mellow it is in the sub-tank and a lot more of the creaminess.
That's one thing I really like about flavors like this, when you can run it on something, on two different setups, and get two completely different experiences. Running it out of a sub-tank, for me, is really nothing like running it out of the big RDA. I mean, of course, it's the same flavor, it's still an orange cream flavor, but it's a totally different experience. It's like using a different juice. So it's very versatile, which, if you ever get vapor's tongue, when it starts, the flavor kind of fades because you're just getting used to it or whatever, that's a really good thing for me, is I can just change it up a little bit and keep using my favorite flavor.
Mm-hmm. And we do also want to say, with the fact that it is an 80/20, you don't want to be putting it into any of the smaller tanks with those smaller coils. You definitely do want to try and keep it in a sub-ohm tank or an RDA. Yeah,
definitely. You want to keep it in something higher powered, especially if you're using an RDA or something. 80/20 is a really good mixture to drip. A lot of tanks do 80/20 as well. Most sub-ohm tanks, the higher powered stuff. The little ones, though, usually don't work quite as well. It just, with how thick the juice is, it has a harder time getting into the coil. But again, for high-powered stuff, I absolutely love 80/20, and I think that they knocked it out of the park with this one.
This has to be my favorite one out of the line.
Sweet. Well, there will be more reviews to come, but today I think that's probably going to do it. So guys, we will see you in the next video, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Have a great day.
Deuces.
What's up guys, it's Austin. So that was Taylor and Logan doing that video. How'd you guys like it? Let us know down below in the comments. If you want to see more of that, let us know down in the comments. As for the juice, make sure to throw a comment down in there for that. If you liked it, let us know. If you hated it, let us know. We want to hear from you guys. We really do want to start a conversation and hear what you guys think about this. And as always, if you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button. And for all the latest and greatest videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You guys have a great day. Bye.